In this video, I'm actually going to be doing a mango tasting on a Sinclair or a Creamsickle mango. It's a variety that was discovered by John Sinclair, the same person that runs the eBay shop that I got most of my seedling mangoes from, Coco Tropics 239. He was kind enough to send me a fruit from his mother tree that my seedlings come from. It was discovered, I believe, around a decade ago. It was from a seed that John planted of his okra mango, which is a polyembryonic Thai variety. And that resulting mango variety that he named after himself and now is Creamsickle is monoembryonic. And you might be wondering, well, how's that possible? There's always a chance of some variability. Even with a polyembryonic seedling, you're not guaranteed to get a true to type child from a parent tree that's polyembryonic, especially with cross-pollination. So if you have other mango varieties that are in bloom at the same time, that can affect the pollination and actually completely change out that variety. And that's potentially what happened here, since John does have more than one mango variety at his Florida property. And just to show you my trees, they're not that old. They're definitely not fruit-bearing age. His took 6 years to bear fruit from seed. The one that's planted right there, that's about 2 years old. I've had it for a year in the ground. That cardboard around the trunk, that just helps protect it from the sunlight. But that's my in-ground tree. And then I have a larger tree that's about 3 years old. I got it when it was a year-old seedling. And it is in this 15-gallon container. And I've had it in container culture for 2 years. It is my most vigorous tree in my collection. You can see it's almost hitting the top of this 6.5 foot shade house that I have all my subtropicals in. So he's a very vigorous grower. You can see the trunk there. When these two mango trees fruit, I'm likely not going to get the same fruit that we're going to try in a minute here. But it is really cool for me to experience what the parent tree tastes like. Another 116-degree day, so nice to be inside here to do this tasting with you. So here we have the mango, of course, coming from the mother plant. A pretty good-sized mango. Let's just give it away to see what that is. So 1.22 pounds. See some color on the skin. So as it ripens up, it turns from the green, solid green color, and then blushes yellow. And then you can see also some orange here towards the top of the fruit. So beautiful coloring on the inside. I'm not seeing any fiber here. Cut very easily with the knife and very fragrant. Even before I cut the fruit open, I could smell that fragrance coming through. Time for the taste test. Outside of getting this fruit from John, this is not available anywhere, and my first time trying this particular variety. I'm not a big mango connoisseur. I've only had about 10 different varieties in my life so far. I'm very excited to give this one a try. That's a complex mango, actually. It definitely has sweetness to it. It's got a thick texture to it, actually. Other varieties that I've tried, you know, are more on the lines of being tender. This is more meaty. You know, you can really bite into it, sink your teeth in. It's very juicy. I'm tasting a little bit of peach notes in it. There is a slight bit of herbaceousness, I would say. Not strong, but just a subtle note of that, and not the piney type taste. Can't really put my finger on what herb it is, but as you get closer to the skin, you taste that. So a little bit of savoriness. And maybe where John gets the name creamsicle, I do taste like cream. Like if you were to mix up mango and peach and creamer, I wouldn't say it's fiberless. There's a little bit of fiber in it, but not much at all. Trying this mango from the other side just to see if I've got a consistent flavor. Well, I don't have instrumentation to measure the brick score. This was definitely the sweetest mango that I've ever had, and the dominant flavors coming through again are peaches and cream, maybe creamed sugar actually. It's so sweet. Really delicious. Dense mango though, not, light. Certainly very juicy. But wonderful experience eating this one, so thank you so much, John, for sharing this with me. So John actually sent me a couple other mango varieties, a Carrie and a Malika. Now I've had the Carrie before, also is ripe, so might as well add that into the mix here and do a tasting on that. So I'm gonna weigh this. This is coming out at 0.7 pounds, so quite a bit lighter, smaller mango. On the coloration, as they ripen, they blush yellow, but still have some green. And to tell it's ripe, it just soft pressure and it's giving. So this is definitely ready, and it's also very fragrant. As you put your nose close to it, you can smell the mango fragrance off of it, so it is ready to go here. Very juicy. All right, time for the Carrie. Wow, what a different experience. It's always so eye-opening to have mango side by side. I find that with any fruit, really helps me kind of describe them better when you have compare contrast. But the skin on the Carrie is so very thin. I believe you can even eat it. I'm not really into eating mango skins, but some people do. The texture is incredible on Carrie. It is so tender, fiberless, completely fiberless, almost silky kind of taste. So the density that I sensed on the Sinclair, not present in this variety at all. It's not dense. It's very, very light and very juicy. I would definitely say this has a melting flesh. It just kind of melts in your mouth when you eat it. So very delicious. As I get close to the skin, I'm not sensing, any kind of herbaceousness or savory notes like I did on the Sinclair. It's not as sweet as the Sinclair by any means. It's more balanced. It's still a sweet mango. And what, you'd really consider as being a dessert mango. If anything, I sense just a little bit of a coconut taste, but that's about it. It's easy to understand why people love this variety so much. People all over the world love Carrie. And I believe it's related to Julie. I think it might be the granddaughter of Julie, I'm not sure, but top tier mango for sure. So as far as growing Carrie, it is a monoembryonic variety. So I do have a seedling that I just got from John that came with this fruit, and because it's monoembryonic, it's not going to be true to the parent tree that it came from. So I will not get the same fruit off my tree. Now I do have a grafted Carrie, but unfortunately it just doesn't want to grow. It's, I think, a dwarf variety. It just doesn't do much in a year. Not vigorous, at least from what I've seen from my one plant. So what I might end up doing is actually using the Carrie seedling as you know, partial rootstock for putting on a Carrie graft later on. But delicious mango. Both of these mangoes were very, very delicious. Getting stuffed with mangoes today, which is not a bad thing. But thank you, John, so much for sharing these varieties with me. And thank you all for joining me on the tasting. And hopefully you learned something and enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening.